Hey, bum.
Ladies and gentlemen, KocoSports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM, half wrestling show, half morning show, pretty much all BS. And of course, you got the Coco crew here holding it down live. Yours truly, sexiest man on all overnight wrestling radio, Boom Boom here, shaking the room, live from the RVA Richmond, Virginia. And of course, join me there way across the pond in Kawasaki, talking about none other than Dave Coco. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going down in the hood, brother? You ready to talk some NXT? Doing a live show that's not on a weekend. Times are changing. You know what? I've done a show 3 days in a row, and we haven't rebuilt our audience. I guess it's time to go home.
Yes,
we tried for 3 days to rebuild the audience. It didn't work. Let's go home. Let's wrap it up. Now, we're going to talk WWE NXT TakeOver and maybe a little Mania towards the end.
Yeah, man, big wrestling weekend. Of course, it was Mania weekend down in Nolans. And there's just a lot of wrestling going on. I mean, I think they started Thursday. Hell, I don't think they're even done yet. They started Thursday night, and they've gone all the way through. I don't think SmackDown's in New Orleans. I think they're still in Louisiana, though. But, wow, a lot of shit going on. And you covered Mania. You covered a few other little topics here and there. Yeah, covered some things here and there. Of course, that's all over on our YouTube channel, so be sure to check that out if you've missed those. But we're going to go ahead and talk NXT TakeOver. This review is long overdue, but of course, the first question I'm going to ask you, Dave, and ask this for every review we do. What do you give the show? Win, loss, or tie?
I think it's automatic. I not only is it a win, I just think the NXT guys always outdo the WWE guys. Now, granted, the WWE guys have a disadvantage. They have to go on for 97 hours. And they also have to deal with Vince McMahon thinking that it's a circus. But I'd rather see NXT takeovers than WWE pay-per-views almost every single time. And I just give it a win. I enjoyed it a lot. And yeah, so overall, huge win. I thought Mania was long and average. You ever notice when you step away from like reviewing shows, when you come back, everyone's so extreme? Like this WrestleMania was the greatest WrestleMania ever or the worst WrestleMania ever. Yeah. And I'm just like, yeah, it was long and average.
I'm just like, it was adequate.
Maybe that's why we're not very good at this YouTube stuff. We're like, we got to take sides. We got to like fake the funk. It was the greatest Mania ever. It was the worst Mania ever. Long and average. But I thought NXT TakeOver was a win, and I thought it was more entertaining than Mania for a lot of different reasons. But poor WWE guys have their hands tied. All right. Let's break it down. What was your thought? Win, loss, or tie?
I'm going to give it a win. I thought it was an entertaining show from top to bottom. I think it lagged. There was one match it kind of lagged, and there was one particular area where it did not make any fucking sense to me whatsoever, but maybe we'll find out later, and I'll get into that. But overall, enjoyed it, was entertained. So let's get started here. Of course, we start off with a ladder match to crown the brand new, the first ever NXT North American champion. You had 6 men competing. You had the debuting EC3, Adam Cole, Bebe, the Velveteen Dream, the debuting Ricochet, Lars Sullivan, and Killian Dain, all debuting, or not debuting, but participating in this match, which quickly started to resemble a demolition derby. Use of ladders everywhere. Bodies flying. I think Velveteen Dream got busted open in this one. Doctors had to tend to him. A lot of people. It was just absolute carnage. And what I liked about this ladder match is I felt like everybody legitimately had a shot at winning. The only thing I kind of wish they would have done, they didn't do it. I'm not mad that they didn't do it, but I would have loved to have seen a spot where Killian Dain and Lars Sullivan climbed a ladder at the same time, and the ladder crumpled and it would, just collapsed under their weight. They didn't do it, and I'm not mad that they didn't do it, but I just thought that was I just thought that would have been funny. Ricochet, I think he looked pretty good in that one. He had some time to shine. Velveteen Dream, I think maybe him getting busted open really cut back on his time. EC3, who I thought was going to win. Yeah, I thought he had a legit shot at it. I think they treated him well. I'm surprised they kind of stuck with the EC3 name instead of going back to like his old Derek Bateman persona. But I was really
but
shocked.
EC3 is way more over than Bateman.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying I'm a little shocked by that. But Adam Cole, baby, really shocked me by winning that championship. So, one, what was your overall impressions of the match? Two, do you agree with Cole going over?
Overall, this was the match I was looking forward to the most all weekend. I was just like, no, this is the match. For newer fans or just WWE fans, this was only 10% of how awesome Ricochet is. You have no fucking idea how awesome Ricochet is if you only watch the WWE product. That was only like 10%. You know what I mean? He's not. Dude, he's an amazing athlete. I was rooting for Ricochet beyond belief.
Yeah, they let him do that shooting star plancha. I'm surprised WWE let him do that, but he did a great spot to the outside with that.
Yeah, so I was really happy to see EC3. Adam Cole, yeah, I think it was the right choice. Plus, it played into a story later. But overall, I thought it was absolutely amazing. They had some great, amazing spots, doing stuff with the ladders. I think it lived up to the hype. It's just, if you don't know who Ricochet is, just hold on, because he's probably, if you like cruiserweight wrestling, he's probably the best in the business right now. And for a long time, actually, I believe that. So I can't wait to see where it goes with Ricochet. But yeah, so this was the match that I was hyped for the most, and it got me excited. And I love ladder matches, love the way the title looks. Just overall, just everything was awesome. It's just,
what do you think about? I mean, I think I may have asked you this last show that we had, but what did you think about NXT finally introducing a secondary title?
I think it's really good, to be honest, because
I think it's overdue.
Yeah. So and hopefully they keep it up, because NXT is. I think NXT is more of its own brand than SmackDown and Raw is. So I think it's more. I think a secondary title on NXT is more important than the Intercontinental title for whatever show it's on. I think Intercontinental title's on Raw and US is on SmackDown. Am I correct about that, or am I wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, which we call it. I think this title will be more valuable to the show and more important to the show than those two titles are, even though those two titles have a lot of history behind it. So yeah, I think it's huge. I'm going to go to some live comments before we go to the next match, but I overall was super hyped for this match and agreed. Prodigy Smash says, hey, Dave, mind if I join? I don't know. Really? Like, there's nothing to join. Like, our channel is so small and pathetic. You can just make your own channel, and you'll be caught up. SmackDown's in NOLA. Yeah, a lot of stuff is happening at SmackDown. Andy Pap says, well, what do we have here? Two of my favorite nerds on YouTube reviewing my favorite shows from the weekend. Hey, appreciate it. Prodigy Smash says, big things just happened on SmackDown. Yeah, I'll have to look for it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Paige just got named the new general manager.
Spoilers, motherfucker! I didn't see no SmackDown. I'm going to get to it later because I haven't watched it. Boom's breaking news. Ruined Dave's experience.
Coco, I just saved you 2 long boobless hours.
Yeah, I don't know. Andy Pap says, rank the shows for this weekend. All right, I'll rank the shows for this weekend. But I have to put an asterisk. I'm watching Ring of Honor tonight. I haven't watched Ring of Honor, so I honestly can't rank where Ring of Honor goes. I'll start from the bottom. Worst Hall of Fame ever. They didn't have. It was just, dude, it was bad. And I like the Hall of Fame. I like the speeches. It was bad. Hall of Fame. Let's see, what else did I watch? I don't think I watched that much. Then I would go WrestleMania, and that's not a knock. It's just, WrestleMania is a WrestleMania. Then I'll go Impact Lucha on Twitch. I really enjoyed that, even though there was barely any graphics. And then NXT TakeOver is number 1. And that's what we're reviewing now. But I didn't watch Ring of Honor and Evolve and all those shows. I just didn't have time to watch. And I'm watching Ring of Honor tonight. So I don't know if that's a fair list.
Yeah, I really can't. I personally can't rank it because I've still got to watch Impact versus Lucha Underground. I know Progress ran a show. WWN ran a show. Ring of Honor ran a show. Progress ran a show. Joey Janela's Spring Break ran a show. Fuck, I think me and Dave ran a show out there. I think we just pulled some old, Tampa All Pro guys and said, "Fuck it, why not? Let's just go."
Oh my god, I haven't heard a Tampa All Pro reference in forever.
Yeah, let's go set up in somebody's backyard out in New Orleans. Maybe we can draw a crowd. I think we drew 17 people.
I think New Jersey, we have to wrap it up. We're getting old, so I think New Jersey, we have to go see that WrestleMania. I'm talking to the missus now and be like, "Hey, baby, you want to go to New Jersey, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, for WrestleMania, right?" She's like, "No." And I was like, "We'll make it happen." So, but I give her support. She tried to watch WrestleMania, but dude, halfway through, like in the beginning of WrestleMania, she was like, "All right, yeah, I'll stay and do what I have to do later." And like after like 4 hours, she's just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go do shit. I'll be back later. I'll pick you up later." She's like, "I'm glad you're a nerd, but yeah, I'm tapping the fuck out."
She made it far. I was surprised she made it that far.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, she slept through the whole pre-show, so she didn't really make 4 hours. She slept through the pre-show and then like the last, because it was morning time here. But the thing is, like, the things she noticed were hilarious. I thought about writing a column because she never watches pro wrestling. Poor girl. And she's watching wrestling with me, and she just mentioned the weirdest things. Like, do you want to know something from a women's perspective? Booker T has great hair and makeup. Never knew that. Never would have crossed my mind, ever. Never in a million years. But she's like, because she's LA girl and does fucking like makeup and shit. And she's like, that black guy. And I'm like, "Booker T, you racist?" She's like, "Booker T has wonderful hair and makeup." And I'm like, I would have never, in a million years, I would have never seen that. Never in a million years. So, but she tapped out. So WrestleMania, dude. Boom, boom. Tell the missus, we're like, "Hey, we're doing one last WrestleMania run. We're going to New Jersey. We're going to totally forget this in 10 minutes, but it would be nice." Let's just be that. We're going to go to NXT New Jersey. That's what the fuck we're really going to. All right, boobs. What do we got?
Right. Next, we had.
Are we still doing live comments? I think we just went on a tangent and we forgot live comments.
Oh, really? That happened? No shit.
Crazy J Ray says, "Hey guys, I just shared you all my Facebook wrestling group, hoping to get some views. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, we're down to the dumps. One of us walked away depressed and the channel fell apart, but we don't hold that against Boom Boom." Andy Pass says, "I'm glad Impact's letting former talent take their gimmicks with them when they leave Impact. I agree. Will you guys be reviewing Impact versus Lucha Underground?" That's the plan, but Andy Paps, I don't know if you know this, the new KocoSports fails a lot. Crazy J Ray. The first match on TakeOver was my favorite match the whole night. I agree. Did you guys hear TNA is hiring? LOL. That was the greatest line ever by Kurt Angle. Undisputed Era are officially my favorite stable in WWE. All right, we'll get to that more. Thank you guys for the ones that actually remember who we are. Much love. Appreciate it. We're going to try to rebuild this. Boom Boom's like, "Yeah, well, if one of us doesn't get fucking depressed and just fucking leave everything behind and watch it fucking burn to the ground, maybe we can."
You know what, Coco? If you walk away from this again, I'm going to wish the worst thing I could ever wish upon you. And that is, I hope you wind up working at a Starbucks so you're condemned to watch other people write fucking novels, shitty novels, and then you can go, "Well, I've got a book on Amazon, Oh, yeah, that's nice. Fix me my Americano, shithead." And then, and not only that, not only do I wish that you work at a Starbucks to watch other people write novels, it will be in Jacksonville, Florida. That is the worst goddamn thing I can wish upon you. So don't ever walk away again, or I will make sure that happens.
I'm so sorry, brother. I'll try my best not to. All right, let's go to the next match, shall we?
All right, next is the NXT Women's Championship match. It was champion Ember Moon defending against Shayna Baszler. I think it was better than their first match, but I can never, ever watch a Shayna Baszler match again without thinking this, because thanks to Sammy. And by the way, if you're not friends with Sammy on Facebook, go ahead and friend him, because god damn it, he's got some of the best fucking commentary.
We got to get Sammy back. Sammy's got to get back to nerd. We're getting old and having responsibilities and shit. This is bullshit, I tell you. Go on.
He wrote this on his wall a while back, and every time this Shayna Baszler match comes on, I can't help but think about it. It almost kind of ruins the match for me. But he basically said something to the effect of "fuck Shayna Baszler and her fucking pregnant forehead." And every time she pops up, that fucking like message pops up in my mind, and I'm like, God damn it, Sammy! And they've ruined these matches for me for fucking forever.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed the match. Ember Moon is obviously way more talented, and those that don't know, in the future she goes to WWE, the main roster.
Yeah, I liked how they initially played like Ember Moon learned from the last encounter and went after Baszler's arm. Trying to dislocate the shoulder, and then there was Baszler, ramming herself into the ring post, trying to like pop her shoulder back into socket. I thought that added to it. Eventually, she locked on the Karafuda clutch. Ember Moon went out. Boom. Referee stopped the match. Shayna Baszler, the new champion. I thought they could have followed it up, and I was like, I knew this was kind of coming, but I saw why, because we didn't find out until Monday that newest member of the Raw roster is Ember Moon. And I do want to say congratulations to her. I know I've told the story before, but I'm going to tell it again for maybe somebody's new. I first met Ember Moon back before she was Ember Moon, back when she was still just Athena, out for professional championship wrestling out in Arlington, Texas. And I wound up getting an interview with her, like via the phone, back when I first started doing wrestling radio. And I think, we did like this. It was actually a really nice interview and everything. So, and after she, quit the interview, we went off there, and I told my co-host at the time, I said, that's a sweet girl. I really hope she makes it. And then I found out that she'd done a little work with, after the Texas thing, she moved on from that. Well, I think it was Robert Shimmer was like, oh, congratulations. And then I found out that NXT had signed her. I was like, oh my God, I was so happy for her, because she is an absolutely sweet girl in real life. So I'm very happy for her, and I'm glad to see that, the good guys, good things do come to good people.
Yeah, so good. Congratulations for her. Overall, I enjoyed the match a lot. Let's go to some live comments before we go to the next one. Hey, guys, how much have I missed? We talked about 2 matches. And Ewok from Endor, I love you more than a straight man should. Thank you for coming back. We're trying to rebuild this place. We can't rebuild the KocoSports kingdom without Ewok from Endor.
Yeah, we got him, Andy
Paps, and Elmer having a conversation.
We need Stairway to Zeppelin. Then we got the whole gang back here.
Yeah, no, we'll have to start messaging people. What y'all think about the kid being half of the Raw Tag Team title holders? I got split decisions. I got split opinions. As an old man who, has kids, and as an old man who's, a teacher and volunteers and helps kids, there's like the John Cena in me, the fake part. That's like, oh, that's so cute. Bring the camera in. Bring the camera in. Make a wish. Bring it in. I'm being John Cena right now. Oh, that's so cute. That kid had a fucking wonderful time. All right, I got a fake tear. Oh, okay. Bring it in. Never give up. Okay, Booms, are you recording this? This is important. There's that part of me that, it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. But then there's a part of me, when the kid tagged in, I wanted Sheamus to bro kick that motherfucker so goddamn bad. I was just like, and I know you're not supposed to do it because it's YouTube and you can't curse and it's a PC culture. Dude, we'd rather give up money, and we have, to be ourselves than be that YouTube. So fuck off, YouTube. We don't need your goddamn money. Boom's like, I'm glad we didn't talk about this off the air. Boom's like, I actually kind of would like some of that YouTube money. Fuck you, Booms. We made the decision to tell YouTube to fuck off with their money. Boom's like, I didn't make that decision. I made it for you, Booms.
Oh, I know you didn't. I never got goddamn down.
That part of me, I want him to be bro kicked. He tagged in. I was like, dude, what if Sheamus legit bro kicked that little fucker? Okay, first off, the funniest fucking thing ever, but it would be completely wrong. People would cry, be like, oh my God, can you believe Connor threw something at a bus? My vagina hurts. Oh, think of the children. Those people would be completely out of control. But I don't know. I got mixed feelings. The old nice guy, John Cena, fucking wannabe loser of me is like, oh, that's cute. The kid deserves it. But the fucking true evil inside of me is like, what? Tell me you wouldn't have lost your shit. Okay, he tags the kid in. Sheamus bro kicks him, just fucking destroys him, pins him, and walks away with the title. I mean, the kid still had a WrestleMania moment. That's still Make-A-Wish worthy, right? I don't know. I would have lost my shit. With that said, I did find it when they gave the titles back. I thought it was fucking hilarious. He's like, he's in 4th grade. He's got other responsibilities. He can't defend the title. But yeah, I don't know. As a purist sports guy, it's pure bullshit. As an old man who fucking has kids, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. But then WrestleMania, I don't know. I got mixed feelings. Boobs, you have to be. Which one's right? Fake John Cena bullshit PC Dave? Or holy shit, that motherfucker should have got bro kicked. What's Dave is right? By split personality, Boobs. You make the call.
Holy shit, that motherfucker should have got bro kicked. This was some... okay, really, seriously, look back on it now. We're 2 days, as of this recording, we're 2 days removed from WrestleMania. Look back. What the fuck was the point? What the fuck was the point? This is, don't get me wrong. I'm happy for that kid. I'm happy, that he got that moment. He's never going to forget that for the rest of his life. Hell, this would be great if he became a professional wrestler and then came back, as like an adult. But to me, this is shit you do at a fucking house show. You do this as like a special at a house show. You get some kid who, made straight A's, some kid who saved some puppies from a burning building, some kid who performed CPR on somebody who had a heart attack. You do something like that for like a fucking house show, but you don't do it at goddamn WrestleMania, especially with no point to it. Okay, Braun Strowman, is so big, so powerful. He doesn't need a tag team partner. He basically just needs somebody to stand on the apron for him. Okay, we could get a kid. No, do that for the fucking house shows. And instead, okay, now he wins the tag team championships. Okay, next night, well, we got to give him up because my tag team partner's in the fucking 4th grade. What the fuck? What? No, sir, what the actual fuck, WWE? I mean, I understand you're trying to do something positive. It was a feel-good moment. But, yeah, guess what? The fucking moment's over with. Now we're stuck with the goddamn repercussions.
The best part is someone gave us a thumbs down, Boobs, and that one's on you.
Well, they can go fornicate themselves with an iron stick.
Oh, my God. I can't believe it.
Speed it up, Dave. We're getting off topic.
Live comments, and then we'll go to the next match. Well, that's why we put and some WrestleMania 34 talk. You knew it was going to sneak in. AJ Styles, yes, it was a referee's kid, and just a regular kid from the feds would be better. Yeah. AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan are putting on a show. That's amazing. If it's true.
Spoilers, motherfucker.
Well, yeah, fuck it. That's on Andy Paps. That's not on me. And he goes, exactly, Boom Boom. There are some real diamonds in the rough. WWE just keeps trying to shine shit. That's from Ewok Red Door. I agree. All right. Boom's next match.
All right. Next, we had the finals for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic and also for the NXT Tag Team Championships. You had the Undisputed Era. You had Cole and O'Reilly defending. Taking on the Authors of Pain and the tag team of Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong. This was a pretty good match, but it had a confusing ending, in my opinion. One thing I don't like about some of the things that WWE does is it's like they literally make up shit on the fucking spot. Because I didn't find out until they started the match. Okay, well, each team could have one man in the ring at all times, but there was hardly any tagging in and out. At least the referee wasn't really enforcing it. It got a little crazy. Everybody got their spots. I like the Super Collider spot again. Constant saves. Cole was trying to get the match canceled because he'd already wrestled, but he got put through a table, and now it was pretty much just Kyle O'Reilly going at it alone. And then the ending. I have no idea what the fuck happened. They caught, and by they I mean the Mutt tag team of Strong and Strong and Dunne managed to get the Authors of Pain out of the ring. They hit Kyle O'Reilly with the bitter end. 1, 2, Roderick Strong goes in, interrupts his own tag team partner, hits him with his finisher, pulls unconscious Kyle O'Reilly on top of Pete Dunne. 1, 2, 3. Undisputed Era wins. Roderick Strong then, takes the band off Adam Cole's arm, puts it on his, apparently joins the Undisputed Era, and I have no idea what the fuck just happened.
All right, first off, someone in our comments, Internet Infantry, I don't know who it is, so someone in the comments has to give themselves a Barry Horowitz because they predicted this. I remember, I don't know, you were there, someone in the Internet Infantry predicted it, so whoever it was, give yourself a Barry Horowitz. I loved everything about this. Hold on. First off, Author of Pain, Operation Freak Show. Go buy it on Amazon.com so that I don't have to sell coffee at Starbucks in Jacksonville, Florida. And I'm old school Roderick Strong. Old school Roderick Strong. Hold on. Ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da. Man, I used to be really fat. First off, I used to be really fat. And second off, old school Roderick Strong. Yeah. I actually have older ones. I just couldn't find it. But here's the thing. I feel like I'm wearing my dad's clothes. Don't lose 70 pounds and keep your old clothes. That's what we learned, kids. I thought this was absolutely awesome because I think the group needed it, and I think Roderick Strong needed it. And I just think Roderick Strong in this group is absolutely amazing. And, yeah, I enjoyed it. The only thing that kind of threw me off for a loop because, A, I thought it was awesome, is just why would Roderick Strong try so hard if this was his plan? Like, I always understand the heel turns joining the group, fucking over your friend. I completely understand that as a storyline-wise. But during the match, Roderick Strong was trying to win. If you were going to fuck someone over, you would just mail it the fuck in. Like, you wouldn't tag them or you just chop and be like, oh, I'm getting the fuck out of the ring.
Well, I think maybe one of the things they're going to do is make it seem like he went in not going to do it, but then in the middle of the match something crossed his mind, and
yeah, but then he's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's another thing: if the whole thing was about, okay, he's been in NXT, but he's never been a champion. He wanted to be he wanted to be a champion. It's like literally all you had to do was wait one more second, and you would have been a champion.
Yeah. So the thing is, storyline wise, not to make Roderick Strong look like the dumbest motherfucker in the room, it had to be planned. But then if it was planned, why did he try so hard during the match? You know what I mean? This motherfucker's busting out backbreakers, busting his fucking ass, Roderick Strong style, and he's like, last second, he's like, hey guys, like, I don't know.
Well, I remember something, and
we're overthinking this.
I remember I said something going into the match. It's like, oh, we all know that Dunne's going to turn on Strong. It's just going to be a question of when. Well, maybe they used that and said, well, everybody thinks that Dunne's going to turn on Strong. Well, what would happen if Strong turned on Dunne first? I mean, maybe that's what they were thinking. I don't understand it from the prospect of, okay, he goes in there, he's trying his ass off, so maybe it wasn't initially something that he planned to do all along. There's something that changed his mind, but why? Why at that particular moment? If he was going to lose, maybe I'd understand, but he was going to be a tag team champion in like literally 1 fucking second. Instead, fucks over his own partner, gives the championship to other people.
There's no way he changed his mind. He had to know the whole time. But then if he knew the whole time, why did he try so hard? You know what I mean? So there you go. But I enjoyed the heel turn. I didn't see it coming. And maybe that's why. Maybe, I know what it is. I think we're getting old and we're overthinking this by a million miles. That's what I think's happening, Boom Boom. I think we're overthinking it.
Maybe.
But overall, I think it's going to be an awesome faction. I think it's going to help the faction out, and I think it's going to help Roderick Strong. So if that's the case, then it'd be awesome. All right, let's go to some live comments. Then we'll come back to Boom Boom. I really want to see Austin Aries shoot on Del Rio. LOL, live mic. Yeah. For those that don't know, Impact, TNA, Global Force. I don't know what the fuck it's actually called. And that's not even a joke. I legit don't know what it's called. Boom, legit, what is it called?
Impact. Impact Wrestling.
Impact. I know a lot of people like make fun of it, but I like legit didn't know. Impact had a match where it was Austin Aries, who has every title ever, going against Del Rio, but then Del Rio left, and now it's 2 luchadors from Lucha Underground in the main event. So it should be interesting. Andy Pap screams Nakamura for no reason. Maybe he's watching something we're not. Crazy J Ray says, you all think the NWA will ever be like the wrestling companies like WWE, Impact, or ROH anytime soon, like they used to be? I here's the thing. To those watching, there's 7 viewers watching, leave in the comments. Do you think KocoSports will get to thousands of views like we used to have on our shows, or the NWA being at Ring of Honor's level? Which one do you think will happen first? Down in the comments. KocoSports versus NWA. Will we ever get to thousands of views again, Booms, before NWA's? I love the NWA, but what can they do? What can they do? They have to do something. They have to do something. Eddie Pap says that would be cool. Franielli says hello, everyone. Franielli! Then Eddie Paps just yells, shock the system. So there you go. I'm glad we went to the live comments. Booms! I know how much you love the live comments. You know, here's my theory. You want to hear a theory, Booms? My theory is I left because I was depressed and it came crumbling down. But I think you have something to do with it because you ignored comment time. We used to read every comment and we'd have thousands of viewers. Now you're like, you come over and you're like, fuck you, I ain't reading your goddamn comments. And now we have 7. Booms. I know I walked away depressed and ruined everything. But you have a little blood on your hands. You have a little not reading comments on your hands, Booms.
Well, you walked away depressed because you realized no matter how much you work out, you're still going to be ugly. But as far as comment time goes, I mean, I read comments. I just didn't read every single one.
The blood's on your hands, Boobs. Next match.
All right, next match. You had NXT Championship match. You had Andrade, Cien, Almas taking on Aleister Black. No, this is actually a pretty good championship match. It reminded me of Almas is somebody who really stepped up. This was somebody, I'm going to be honest, I was completely ready to write off because he came in, face didn't work, turned him heel. That didn't work. But when they put Zelina Vega with him, I think everything just finally clicked with him. That's a complete package now. Everything was hitting on all cylinders. They made him NXT champion. I was a little shocked there. And then, of course, you have Aleister Black, who at first I heard may not spend that much time in NXT because WWE was so high on him. They liked his ring style. They thought he was getting everything rather quickly. But no, they're apparently going to stick with him a little bit longer. I liked the little other backstory of Black trying to fend off Zelina Vega's interference. You got Almas trying to heal it up. Just a relentless, but I've never seen Aleister Black take a beating like that when, at least in his time in NXT. But he was able to overcome the odds. He managed to hit Black Mass, got the pin. New champion Aleister Black. Coco, what do you think about Aleister Black? Being the new champion, and do you think this is the last we've heard of Andrade, Cien, Almas, and Zelina Vega in NXT?
I don't know about if it's the last we've heard of him. I honestly don't. I think it's 50-50. I think it might be one of those author of pain things. He'll stick around and then boom, one day show up. You know what I mean? I think he's going to stick around on a couch for a little bit, then show up. I could be wrong, but that's my theory. But this match showed 3 things. One, we were unsure about these guys, and they became stars. So give themselves a Barry Horowitz. 2, the match was crazy enjoyable. I loved it a lot. And a third point, NXT is better at everything than WWE. There's not one thing WWE does better. Because here's the thing. NXT has better wrestling. NXT has better booking. And NXT can make stars. That was the last coin in Vince's pocket. He's like, yeah, well, NXT is great, but they can't make stars from nothing. They just did. This match, even though they won't admit it, is a fuck you. You should go run the XFL, Vince. You can't get Roman Reigns over. They got Black over. That you know what I mean? They literally built stars better than Vince. And that's like saying you could shoot threes better than Larry Bird and Reggie Miller. You know what I mean? There's Vince, you got nothing. You got nothing. And I love the XFL. Go run the XFL, baby. I love the XFL. I love the XFL more than I should. I'm so excited. I'm sad the teams won't be returning. Is there any XFL updates, Booms? No, overall, I thought this match was amazing. And I thought they built stars. And yeah, to me, I was shocked because I did not see this coming at all. So everyone involved, except Vince McMahon, give yourself a Barry Horowitz. Booms, XFL updates, and then we'll go to live comments.
XFL updates, it's still 2 years away.
No! Andy Papp says KocoSports will get 1,000 views first before NWA. The question is, what will happen first? NWA at ROH's status or KocoSports getting thousands of views like we used to back in the day? What's going to happen first? Crazy J-Ray says the NWA needs to do something fast and not let grow too slowly or they will get left behind. I agree.
Get left behind, dude. They died RIP back in the 90s. The last time they were even remotely relevant was back when the NWA World Heavyweight Championship was attached to TNA. Yeah.
And it hurts me, but it's true. You know, Booms, you ever hear the truth out of Boom Boom's mouth and it still hurts you? That's what just happened to me. Like, I heard the truth. You're right, but it still hurts. Ewok from Endor says, hi, Freddie Ellie. Nice to see you. And Andy Papp says, I'm excited for the XFL. Dude, they got to bring back the old teams, man. The New York, New Jersey Hitmen, Las Vegas Outlaws, the Orlando Rage. Dude, I love the XFL more than probably. Here's the thing. I'm going to go with this. I think I like the XFL more than Vince McMahon likes the XFL. Oh, man, I love the XFL. What if there's a fucking team? Dude, how lucky am I? I live in Tokyo, Japan. And American football is not that popular. I live 2 blocks away from the biggest American football stadium and the best team ever. Woo! Kawasaki Frontiers. Go Fujitsu. Dude, what if the XFL has a team in Kawasaki? You know what? I will think I died and gone to heaven. I love the XFL. Bring the XFL to Tokyo. Bring it to Kawasaki. Bring it to Dave's house. Did we get off topic, Boom?
Yeah, we did.
All right, go. Maybe that's what happens at the NWA. Maybe they plan to do stuff and then just get off topic.
Yeah, Dave Koco's booking it.
Oh, I see. I see what's going on. That's a low shot. Booms, to the main event. Then we'll talk Mania and live comments.
Main event here. You had an unsanctioned match. You had Tommaso Ciampa taking on Johnny Gargano. You know what? Not a bad one. I think it ran just a little long, but overall it was a good story that finally came to a head. Of course, these two were a tag team DIY. They lost the tag team championships. Ciampa turned on Gargano. Of course, he blew out his knee. Of course, they tried to tell the story about the breakup without one half of the tag team there, but Gargano was on a losing streak, eventually started to mount like a comeback. His comeback was just stopped in its tracks by Ciampa. Ciampa kept haunting Gargano. Eventually cost him it was a title versus career match against Andrade, Cien, Almas. Gargano wasn't going to let it go. He attacked Ciampa multiple times at Full Sail University. This eventually led to the match between Ciampa and Gargano, which another thing, and this is where I feel like WWE makes up shit on the spot, is they finally announced that, okay, by the way, if Gargano wins, he gets his job back. And I'm like, wait a minute, he lost his job. But how can you, okay, never mind. Let's just just roll with it. I think they told a good story, good hard-hitting story. And here's another thing. They even gave a nod to longtime fans. There was a spot where Gargano snapped Ciampa's crutch in half, like he was going to go just bludgeon him to death with that crutch, but he stopped. He kind of put the crutch down and even sat down next to Ciampa, vice versa, like they did at the Cruiserweight Classic. Then Ciampa tried to attack, and then Ciampa tried to use his own knee brace. Gargano reversed it to an STF, then took that knee brace, put it on his face, yanked back. Ciampa taps out. Gargano wins, gets his job back. Just huge celebration. Candice LeRae, his wife, comes out there.
I forgot how beautiful she was.
Oh God, yeah, she's absolutely gorgeous. I still think the ladder match was the best match, but I think this was a close second.
Yeah, overall it was a great event, but yeah, I thought this was amazing. The story it was great, and I'm glad Johnny Tampa lost.
No, Johnny
Tampa. I want you to know something. I don't care what Johnny Tampa says on his fucking on his Twitter. Okay, I've been calling him Johnny Tampa since day one, and Johnny Gargano. So I want you to apologize to the internet infantry and Johnny Tampa for getting his name wrong, because they get really upset when you call him Johnny Tampa. With that stupidity out of the way, I thought this match was amazing. I really did, and it told a story, and it was great. And it was just a great way to end it. The only small nitpick complaint I had was that the title match should have been last. But that's just because I'm an old school pro wrestling fan. Outside of that, I give it a huge win. I really enjoyed the show from top to bottom. And you know what?
Well, I don't necessarily mind, because I think emotionally, the fans were more invested in that unsanctioned match than they were the championship match. I understand where you're coming from. I even agree with you to some extent. But I feel like the reason that's the reason it went on last is because there was just more emotion involved in that.
Yeah. So there you go. All right, we're gonna go to some live comments, and then Booms. I already did a WrestleMania review, so I just want to hear your thoughts on WrestleMania. Give you a platform, and we'll talk. Crazy J Ray, you don't have to delete your messages. We're not the type of show that gives a shit what you write. Well, okay, I'm not that type of show. I don't know about Boom Boom. Crazy J Ray is deleting stuff. Ewok from Endor says, what do you guys think about the upcoming Greatest Royal Rumble? I like it for a lot of reasons. It makes their international house shows seem more important, and it makes the feeling owning the WWE network is more important. So I like it on both, because I live overseas. I live in Japan, and you go to these events and they just don't feel important. But when they put Brock Lesnar on the WWE Network, it felt important. And out of that, but as a WWE Network subscriber, I feel like, why the fuck ain't this happening all the time? So I think I'm a big fan of overseas shows, because it's basically a house show. I'm happy for overseas house shows feeling important. And I feel that as a WWE Network subscriber, and Booms, you've been a subscriber a lot longer than me, that it makes you feel like, oh, I'm getting content that's important. You know what I mean? That's so I think it's a win-win all across the board. But with that said, is it in India? Because if not, this rant's going to make no sense.
No, it's in Saudi Arabia.
Moving on. I'm so glad I asked that question first.
Yeah, I know. It usually helps to know what you're talking about before you open your mouth.
I'm like, I don't know what fucking random country it is. I was going to make a Jinder Mahal rant, but, the good people of the Greatest Royal Rumble have nothing to do with that disaster. That's all Vince McMahon. All right, Boobs. Was there anything other live comments? Let's see. Welcome to XFL AM. LOL. Good. Crazy J Ray says, I can't wait for XFL because the NFL sucks now, because you pretty much can tell who will be the Super Bowl at the beginning of the season. There's no real underdogs left in the NFL anymore. What about my beloved Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Linebacker. Oh, man, I love the Bucs. You know what? When it comes to hockey, basketball, and baseball, I used to follow everybody, but now that I live overseas, I only follow the Tampa teams. So, if you're not on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'm like, who's Tom Brady? I don't know who the fuck that is. He's not on the Bucs. Ewok says there will be no women matches in the Greatest Royal Rumble because they're holding the event at... Oh, that sucks. Ewok says, really, wow. I messed up on my messages, so I had to fix them, Dave. No problem. That's from Andy Pap says, 50-man Royal Rumble. LOL, jeez. Yeah, that is a bit crazy. Crazy J Ray. Yes, in the country, they look down on women, especially if they show skin. Yeah, but I think, if I remember correctly, they went to a country where it was kind of like that, and Sasha Banks still had a match there.
Yeah.
So WWE has balls when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, they had Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks, but they had to wrestle in full bodysuits.
Yeah. So, but still, I mean, it's still groundbreaking. So it'd be nice to see. But yeah, the world is different in different places. And sometimes different places suck. Sometimes the places you're at suck. Boom, boom, I'm dying. Talk WrestleMania.
You've been dying for the last 3 years, but yeah. Mania, I mean, I powered through it. I didn't watch any of the pre-show stuff because I just honestly really didn't care.
My girl called the Battle Royals gangbangs. She's like, what is this gangbang stuff? I'm like, oh, yeah.
Nice. We've got a new joke now. So we're going to have the greatest gangbang in Saudi Arabia.
Great. All right, go on. What's your thoughts on Mania?
Mania, I guess maybe I didn't hate it as much as because I was able to, because it already taken place, and I was able to, fast forward through all the crap, all the promos, all the video stuff, all the backstage crap. I could fast forward to that. If a match was starting to lag, I could fast forward into the match. So it wasn't that bad to watch. I like the Intercontinental Championship match. I want to say fuck WWE and their goddamn booking with the SmackDown Women's Championship match because I still don't think Asuka should have lost.
I agree 120.
I think Asuka should have won. And here's another thing. It's not necessarily that she lost. It's how she lost is what pisses me off. There's two things about that loss that pissed me off. Is one, she got locked into the figure eight, and it was just like, oh, shit, I'm in the figure eight. Okay, fuck it, I tap out. I'm like, what the fuck? You've been through goddamn worse than that, and you just fight. Well, you got me in the figure eight. Guess you got me now. Tap, tap, tap. Fuck you. And then, she's all huffing and puffing, and it's like, oh, guess you were ready. I guess Charlotte was ready for Asuka. Oh, congratulations. I'm like, fuck you. Asuka, man, character-wise, would be ready to take Charlotte's goddamn head off for that. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Let's see. Help me out. Let's see. Help me out next.
Let me just pull it up on KocoSports.net. I love how we did a little plug. Hold on. So, well, this is the big one. While I'm pulling up the matches, Brock Lesnar wins. You're not a big Brock Lesnar guy like me. My thoughts on it: if you are the failed face and you're not getting cheered, you might as well keep the title on Brock Lesnar until you can get a face over, and that's on you, Vince. What is your thoughts? Because I know you do not love Brock Lesnar like I love Brock Lesnar.
I don't like Brock Lesnar at all. I sure as hell don't like Roman Reigns, but believe it or not, I'm actually going to back WWE on this decision to keep the championship on Lesnar. From what I've been reading, now, of course, I read the dirt sheets like the rest of you do. It's looking like they're going to have Lesnar just drop it at the greatest gangbang in Saudi Arabia. Because they're going to get because Reigns is more likely to get a more favorable response out there. And I think Vince made it was quote unquote called an audible out there. So he got to win. But the reason I hate Lesnar is just because fuck him. If you're going to be the champion, be the fucking
Hold on, Boobs. I want that quote on a t-shirt. You can put that on anyone's name. You know the real reason I hate Boom Boom? Because fuck him. You know the real reason oh my God, we got to get our t-shirt shot up because that is the greatest t-shirt ever. Mm-hmm. You know the real reason I hate Brock Lesnar? Because fuck him. Boom Boom. Greatest t-shirt ever. Let's get on that t-shirt shop. We got to unfuck her. We got to unfuck her.
I mean, plus he's gonna go back to UFC, but I just get pissed off at the fucking it's either the rules apply to everyone or they don't apply to anyone.
Whoa, you're starting to sound like anarchist, Boobs. Welcome.
I'm starting to sound like Dave Koco. Yeah, because
hold on, Boobs. Can I just time out? Just as a personal note. By the way, no one else cares. One of my girlfriend's friends said I was a Republican. They're like, oh, you should have dated him. He's a Republican. Boobs, am I a Republican?
No. I would say libertarian, but not Republican.
I'm a cowardly anarchist. I'm an anarchist until some guy with a gun says, stop doing that or I'll shoot you. I'm going home to watch fucking YouTube. That's my political stance. Fuck the machine. Whoa. You got guns? All right, I'll just go home and watch YouTube. Good luck with that machine.
There you go.
Cowardly anarchist. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, see, so Lesnar gets I do kind of like the fact that somebody could actually bend Vince McMahon over a barrel for a change. but he gets paid just millions and millions of dollars to barely work. If he doesn't show up, there's no punishment, there's no repercussion for it. The drug. Remember, the whole reason he's in WWE right now is because remember he fought that one time he fought in UFC. He later tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs, so he got suspended from the UFC for a year. And when they were like, "Oh, we're WWE, are you going to test him?" Because UFC found him, he was juicing, he was, doping. It was like, WWE's like, no, that's a totally separate matter. We're not going to drug test.
Well, according to Jerry O'Neill at KocoSports.net, if you're a part-timer like John Cena, the drug testing doesn't apply to you. I don't know how true that is, but he told me that on a phone call.
No,
so.
that was according. That's according to shit that was made up on the fucking spot to skirt the reason why they didn't drug test Lesnar. That's what the fuck that was.
Yeah, like Randy Orton has the 97th strike. It's a 3-strike program. Randy Orton's like, strike 3. It's a strike 4 program. Strike 4. Randy Orton comes up, strike 5. It's a fucking Randy Orton. Come on, it doesn't even make sense. It's a 30-second strike program.
Then they have a no blood policy, but yet he's intentionally bludgeoned 2 fucking people open. Remember it was a SummerSlam the other year when he clocked Randy Orton with a fucking elbow, busted his fucking head wide ass open, and now at Mania takes off the gloves, busts Reigns' ass wide ass open. No fucking stoppage there. Remember, we had Samoa Joe and Finn Balor at NXT. Samoa Joe got a little bit of blood. No, they basically stopped the goddamn match, try to get the bleeding stopped. And it was, no. We may have to stop this match. We have to cancel this because he's bleeding a little bit. Oh, there's fucking just Reigns, full crimson mask, blood dripping on the fucking canvas. Oh, let's fucking keep going.
Yeah, it is pretty bad, brother.
Oh, but the fans aren't giving this match a chance. Well, you know what? I'm sick and tired of giving goddamn Roman Reigns a chance. 4 fucking years in a row at goddamn Mania, this motherfucker has main evented. He's had his ass booed out of the building every goddamn time, but yet Vince acts like it's fucking brand new. They're really not into this guy. Well, audible, Lesnar, you're taking the win. What the fuck? Or what the actual fuck? You have to go all the way back to goddamn WrestleMania 30 when, in New Orleans, oddly enough, when Daniel Bryan won the championship to find a Mania when this motherfucker didn't fucking main event it. 4 fucking years, 4 fucking tries, 4 fucking years of shoving this motherfucker down our throats, and every say, boo, this is awful, boo, boo. What? It didn't change? We kept force-feeding him even harder down your goddamn throat. You mean you're not taking it? You're not accepting him? God, I'm fucking baffled. They want somebody else.
I got a message from Vince McMahon. He's like, don't worry. He'll be over by next Mania. There was no message. Vince is like, what we got to do is push him even harder. It worked for Cena, right? Let's go to some live comments, then we'll hit up Mania. We get Boom's thoughts on it. I'm thinking about going to Mania because it's going to be the area. I think NXT TakeOver might be in Brooklyn, and SummerSlam is finally going to be done in Brooklyn. Awesome. Yeah, hopefully, maybe we'll make a Mania stop. Next stop for WWE is North Korea. Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ewok from Ender says, yeah, man, go for it. Samoa Joe or Finn Balor should be the next champion. I agree 120%. Andy Paps. Crazy J, I don't like part-timers, so I don't like Brock. Ewok says, yay, anarchy. People are laughing. Surprised about the red during PG error. Blood, yeah. Eddie Paps says, God, I missed you guys. OVW or NWA, which make their comeback sooner? Okay, that's a you think OVW? Yeah.
OVW.
Did you guys hear Al Snow bought OVW? Yes, I did. I thought about doing a show on it, but I didn't. Just give them all the titles. Someone will like them. Yeah, exactly. So D-Rocks, hey, if you want to see good women's wrestling, Shimmer's on Fire TV. Yeah, make sure to do that, D-Rocks. Roman needed a tampon, LOL. Crazy J-Ray says, I know OVW was getting bad, but not bad enough to sell out to Al Snow, LOL. Well, I don't know. Al Snow acts a little fucking high and mighty on his podcast bullshit. He's like, well, let me tell you what's important about pro wrestling. Blah, 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 blah. Show us, bitch. Show us. It's time to fucking stop living in your Paul Heyman shadows. It's time to fucking stop acting all fucking high and mighty. Oh, people on the internet, I did pretty goddamn well. I did pretty goddamn well running a show, Al Snow. Show us. You know? Because I'm starting to get tired of, hey, I'm getting tired of pro wrestlers, Jim Cornette, and other fuckers talk down on YouTubers. Yet, when YouTubers run pro wrestling companies, and they outdraw the legends, they outdraw the geniuses. So, Al Snow, you can have your high spot shoot interviews. You can be like, well, in pro wrestling, all that matters is making money. Blah, 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 blah. Ha, 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 ha. Nerds don't know how to do it. Outdraw me. Show me, Al Snow. I wish him nothing but the best of luck. Why Greatest Royal Rumble? Because it's got 50 people, and I'm sure they did a lot of market research, and it was probably like the best novelist. It was probably the best like word that they describe something. You know, like if you went to New Jersey, it would be the most awesome Royal Rumble. So they probably just like, oh, fucking, we tested the market. Greatest seems to work. There's 50 people. Let's go with it. Thoughts on Sami Callihan? Booms, you're a Sami Callihan guy. What's your thoughts on him?
What happened? He's probably talking about something that happened at the Impact Lucha Underground thing, and I have not watched it, so I don't know what they're referring to. But I like Sami Callihan.
All right, and Andy Paps goes on the Eddie Edwards angle, and now confronting Don Callis and Scott D'Amore. All right, Michael Network says, "Why put Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at WWE's Greatest Royal Rumble?" My theory is that they signed Brock just to a short-term deal, and he's going to drop the title overseas.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. They signed him to like a minor extension, and they're going to have a match. He's going to drop the championship to him in Saudi Arabia. One, because it gives him a title match, and two, I think they believe the crowd will be more receptive of Roman Reigns, and they'll finally get the response that they wanted.
All right, and I messed up. D-Rock says, hey, if you want to see good women's wrestling shiver, is on Fight TV, FITE TV, not Fire TV, and FIT app. All right, and Reigns has to win soon. Yeah, and the world's going to end soon too, Ewok. So we have something to look forward to. Booms, I got this. If you don't have much to say, just say skip or just give it quick thoughts.
All right.
WWE United States Championship. Jinder Mahal defeats Bobby Roode, Rusev, and Randy Orton. Your thoughts?
Should have been Rusev or Bobby Roode. I like Bobby Roode, but I kind of wanted Rusev to win it. But Jinder Mahal winning makes no goddamn sense to me. I honestly don't know the logic behind this.
And I want to give a shout out to Joseph Ball at Joseph PHB4. Jesus Christ, you need a better Twitter handle. What the fuck were you thinking? Like, he's got like 27 numbers. He retweeted us, and he also made the cover of Operation Freak Show. You can buy on Amazon.com. And a couple people are asking me why I'm not giving my thoughts on WrestleMania and letting Boom Boom have his moment in the spotlight, because I already reviewed WrestleMania. So it'll be done. Yeah. So Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle defeat Stephanie McMahon and Triple H via submission. I thought this was the sports entertainment match of the night, and I'm a super Ronda Rousey fan and super proud of her. You might not be as big of a Ronda Rousey fan as me, so what's your thoughts on it?
I'm not a huge Ronda Rousey fan, but I will say for what it was entertaining. I like where it was actually placed on the card. If this would have main evented or semi-main evented, I'd have been pissed. But I think it was put well to where it was. I know Ronda Rousey's not a full-fledged pro wrestler yet, but I thought the stuff that they did work out with her was done well. It got WWE a lot of mainstream attention because when CBS this morning came on, what did they show? Ronda Rousey in the ring slapping around Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. When ESPN showed highlights, what did they show? Ronda Rousey slapping the shit out of Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. They showed Dana White in the crowd. Oh my God, this is amazing. So it brought them a lot of mainstream attention. She's got a lot to learn, but I think for an in-ring debut, it was done well. I think maybe they could have gone just a little bit shorter with it, maybe cut out some of the shenanigans right there towards the end and just sped it up a little bit. But overall, I enjoyed it. And Triple H's just streak of jobbing at Mania continues, and he didn't put a new table this year.
Two quick questions. Were you surprised by Ronda Rousey's performance? And do you see her differently after this match? Do you think she could be a legit female wrestler now?
Yes, I was actually surprised because you could tell she's been working. They found some things that she could do and do it well, so they played to those strengths. They kept her out of the ring for a little bit, to kind of hide her weaknesses. Can she be great? Yes. In my opinion, I would not put her on house. Well, actually, I might actually do that just to have her work with some people, to practice, or maybe just send her to the performance center and have her learn there. But I think right now, I would only bring her out for special occasions and have her just keep practicing in the meantime. But I think she's got potential. I think she can finally make that crossover, but she's on a very steep learning curve right now.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Just go to some live comments here. Ewok says, thanks, guys. Crazy J Ray says, anyone that has the heart for the business can run a wrestling company without being in a business a day of their lives. I actually think, in my humble opinion, I actually think you are way better off running a pro wrestling company without being a pro wrestler. I think their way of thinking for business is wrong. I think their ego for the business is wrong. And look at the best independent wrestling companies. Look at the companies that came up. They're not ran by wrestlers. Wrestlers are taught, rip off everybody. Rip off everybody. It's about the money. We live in the 70s. They're marks. Where like people that actually run YouTube businesses, people that actually are wrestling fans, have a pulse on, oh, this is how you market. This is how you get people over. I don't have an ego, so let's fucking feel what the fans, feel. So I actually think being in a business actually hurts you when it comes to running.
Yeah, I've heard some of Al Snow's philosophy on it, and in some ways I agree with him, but in other ways I disagree. Like, I do agree with his belief that, your job as a wrestler is to sell tickets. You've got to put butts in the seats. You've got to have people either pay to want to see you wrestle, to beat somebody up, or they want to pay money to see you get the shit kicked out of you. They want to pay money to see you get beat up, or, okay, we'll pay money because this guy's going to get squashed by the guy that we want to see. Okay, I agree with that.
But it's a great wrestling match and you want to see two guys beat the shit out of each other for an outcome.
It's a great wrestling match. It's like, oh my God, it's like, Batman versus Superman. Who would win? Okay, let's see how this plays out. I kind of like that aspect of it. But where I disagree with it is, match quality means nothing. Yeah, it means nothing if nobody's there to see it. So I agree with that aspect. But I disagree with it in the fact of, let's say you do your job. You do put butts in the seats. You do talk people in the building. You do sell tickets. You do, get people to come there, buy, T-shirts, buy snacks from the concession stand. Once you get them there, you better do something to get them to come back next week.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He doesn't think like that. He's like, match quality doesn't matter. It will. Is OVW going to run in a city and never return to that city? Is that what's going to happen? Because, yeah, match quality does fucking matter, especially if you're going to run an independent and stay in the same area. So good luck, Al. I hope you nothing but the best. When it's rained, it bores. LOL. I have a fan or hot pants. I was a fan of her hot pants. I think we're skipping around a lot. D-Rock says, I'm about to bet a lot of money Dakota Koi is going to be the top female in the net by type end. That he just went crazy. So, all right. Who would you – this is a good question by Andy Paps. Who would you have Ronda wrestle next? Booms?
I think she's on Raw right now. I'm trying to think of who the women are on Raw right now.
Well, don't think too hard because I think next week or the week after is the shakeup.
Okay. You know what? I think a safe bet would be somebody like Mickie James or Natalya.
Oh,
just
nice.
because they're more experienced and I think they could work around her. And I would. I really wouldn't worry about either one of those two botching any kind of shit with her. So that's who I would have her work with.
Good call, brother. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. And let's see. Awok says Ellsworth. If he had a job, that would be kind of funny. Could Ronda be better than Flair? That's a tough call because Ronda has, the MMA background and she has the love of it. But to me, Charlotte Flair is the the Kurt Angle of women's wrestling. She didn't go to the Indies, and the best. I mean, she might have went to the Indies for a cup of tea. I don't want to fucking have some Wikipedia nerd correct me. She didn't make a living on the Indies, and she's just a natural at it. So yeah, I don't know. My bet is probably Charlotte, just because she's just a natural. But I don't know. That's a good call. Who do you think's better? 5 years from now, who's better, Ronda or Charlotte?
Charlotte.
All right. There you go. Booms, next match. Let's see. This was quick. So the Bludgeon Brothers defeat the Usos and New Day. Your thoughts?
Yeah, skip it. I mean, the Bludgeon Brothers won. I think the right tag team won. So, it shakes up things, and it just kind of gets us out of the whole New Day Usos rut.
All right. Undertaker defeats John Cena.
Well, it happened.
It's crazy answer.
It was quick. Now it was quick. That's all I can really say. They hyped it, and we didn't know if it was going to happen. So I guess it was kind of a big deal when it finally did. So it was good to see the Taker back. I just hope they let him retire. Just let him retire and let him do. Come on, he's earned it.
Yeah. The thing is, John Cena's for the casual fans. My girl never watched pro wrestling. She's like, they went to John Cena, sit in the crowd, he's a fan. Her first reaction was, who gives a shit? So way to go, WWE, winning those casual fans. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon defeat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Your thoughts?
It was good to have to see Daniel Bryan back in the ring, especially after a 3-year absence. The only thing I didn't like about it was it just took I know the whole, you want to build up the anticipation. He hasn't wrestled in 3 years, and they're trying to keep him out of the ring, and but I'm like, dude, we've waited 3 years. I mean, come on, let's just do this.
All right, and Nia Jax defeats Alexa Bliss. I like the storyline. What were your thoughts on it?
I like the storyline too. I just think the match should have been quicker, because I'm sitting there thinking, you've got a damn near 6-foot Samoan woman ready to squash a 5-foot nothing little blonde girl. Yeah, this should be over with real quick. And by the way, body shaming, not good, especially when that person you're body shaming could severely kick your ass. I would not do that.
Yeah. And we already talked about Brock Lesnar. We already talked about Strowman. So the real main event, the last thing we're going to talk about, then we're going to go live comments and wrap this up. For those wondering why I'm not talking about it so much, because you're hitting me up on the Facebook, I already did a WrestleMania review. So your thoughts on the real main event, WWE World Heavyweight Championship, AJ Styles defeats Nakamura.
Not as good as the Wrestle Kingdom encounter. After watching, seeing that, and then seeing, the one they put on at Mania, it seems like they were kind of going through their paces, but it was still a good match. The ending was actually kind of not unexpected. I was actually expecting Nakamura to win, but no, Styles beat him. I still think it was a great match. I don't disagree with it. I don't disagree with the ending. I really like the heel turn by Nakamura. It was completely unexpected. And it kind of kind of broke up all this, okay, we kicked each other's asses. Now let's hug it out. It broke that up, and it's like, okay, this is going to be something interesting now. I want to kind of see a heel Nakamura. I personally haven't seen a heel Nakamura outside of maybe looking up some old stuff on New Japan World. But no, I enjoyed it. I want to see this feud keep going.
Yeah, so there you go. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out KocoSports.net, and we are going to live comments. D-Rock says, I meant Dakota Kai is going to be the top girl in NXT by the end of the year. Okay. Crazy J-Riz.
That's actually not a bad prediction.
Crazy J Ray says, I don't see why it took so long for Nia Jax to get the title to begin with. She should have had the title a while back. I think they were just saving it for Mania.
Yeah, I think that's what they were doing. I think, well, first, I don't think they knew what they wanted to do, but I think once they kind of realized they wanted to put the championship on her, hey, let's put an SJW storyline in here. Body shaming, that's bad. Okay, let's use that to put the championship on her. But no, I agree. I like that they put the championship on her.
D-Rock says, hey, I'm getting UFC 224. If Nunes wins, she faces Cyborg plus the female hype machine, Mackenzie Dern's UFC pay-per-view debut. So, yeah, we're going to talk more MMA on this channel, and we're going to slowly but surely rebuild this site and all that. But, yeah, a lot of stuff's going on in UFC. I think Connor did something over the weekend.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Did Conor McGregor do something over the weekend? I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do it.
Yeah, I know. He proceeded to make a horse's ass of himself.
Yeah. So I'll do a special video on that because, you know, when you're like a wrestling show trying to break into MMA again, because we do have MMA on the site and we do KocoSports does cover MMA, but we want to do it on this channel. I think Conor McGregor is the good jumping off point. Like, hey, wrestling fans, Conor McGregor, he attacked like Stone Cold. Let's fucking talk MMA. Booms, plug stuff, and I'll be right back in 2 seconds. So, go ahead.
I'm going to say in the meantime, be sure to check us out at KocoSports.com, KocoSports.com, which are home for combat sports. It's where the world goes to kick ass, most importantly, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Also, be sure to like, subscribe to us on YouTube. As Coco mentioned, he's got reviews of WrestleMania. We've got reviews of Monday Night Raw. We're more than likely going to have a review of SmackDown. We've got other wrestling shows we're trying to get reviewed. Ring of Honor is one of them. I know New Japan's got a pay-per-view coming up, Wrestling Don Tonku. I hope I pronounced that correctly. That's coming up. I'm more than likely going to have the review on that. Also, be sure to buy Dave's book, Operation Freak Show. It's in paperback. It's a book about vigilante justice. It's about a group of gentlemen who are fed up with injustice in this world. So they put on Lucha Libre mask and they go around killing pedophiles. It's a real page turner. It's under like $20. You can pick it up at Amazon.com.
Much love, brother. Appreciate it. And I'll be doing Coco Plays, and we're slowly but surely building everything back up. Thank you, live viewers. Thank you, live comments. Thank you, Internet Infantry. Sorry I walked away for so long. Just, you know, I had to fix a lot of shit with myself. And did I say like, comment, subscribe? Booms. Much love. And with that, I am over. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum.